It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I've been going through a lot. I didn't want to take this much time off. But we did. But now we're back. We're back. It's going to be great. You're here. I'm here. Jeff's here. It's great. It's going to be great. We had to do this because Easter's on 420. So, what can I say? A fucking man. Let's jump into it. As always, I really like the Bible and Jeff doesn't. It's pretty fun. So, something just... Did you hear that?
And they're off to the races. I don't think we should worry about that. That was just something blowing up inside my computer. Yeah, okay.
Dude, hey, what's up?
Are we really here?
I think we are. I think it's working.
Ladies and fucking gentlemen.
It's been a long time.
I'm Mike D, and I'm back from the dead. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. I wish it's not actually our intention to have taken this much time off.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. It's kind
when
of
was the last one? Were you
forever
in California?
ago. Yeah.
And when did you move here?
It was like a year ago, right?
Yeah. When did you move?
A year ago. Yeah. It's been a year of constant stress.
Fucking brutal year. It's been a fucking cheese grating on the knuckles year. You know what? It's been like, oh no, there's more cheese to grate though. I know you're bleeding from every knuckle. Keep going. Fuck you. Grate the cheese, Leif.
It really has been. I wish
Dude,
we
I'm not
could.
talking about you. I'm talking. We haven't got to you yet. Oh yeah. Oh no, you're not dealing with. You're not. It's not your knuckles. You're fucking grating that with your dick, man. I know. There's more cheese to grate with your dick, Leif. Welcome back. And here's something we never said before. The power of the Christ compels you to smash the like button. Let me now. Caught some lingo for my.
It sounds like a
crypto.com.
It sounds whenever I try to say something hip in front of my kids, that's what that sounds like right there.
Smash that like button. Show us some love.
Yeah. Punk's not dead, it's dad. And here we are. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, you've been killing it though. That band is doing really good. Band?
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. It's everybody feels a little conspicuous being in a cover band.
Oh, sure.
Because nobody's ever done it before. Like this is not our
wheelhouse.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but it's the nicest band I've ever been in. Like the people.
I bet.
It's the sweetest people, and there's no drama. And here's the deal: one day, I was like, man, I can't believe every band has to have a little drama. I wonder who the. Oh no!
It was you?
Oh no! Oh fuck no! Are you fucking? Wait a minute. That was me. There was that one time. No, that was me. Oh fuck! I am the one who has the most drama in this band full of drama-free people.
Yeah, that's.
Ooh, that hurt the stinger.
Are you usually the put-together one in the bands?
Well, I have to bring the most stuff.
Yeah.
Drummers
usually are. Yeah.
I am not usually the most dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm getting over cancer or something. Unless my marriage is falling apart. Because of,
you get a little saucy.
Yeah. But other than that, no. I mean, I've never been, But yeah, it was, that's how, but anyway, it's not like I'm full of drama. I just realized that the only drama, that's how little drama there is that I'm the most dramatic. Which is
You're like, I can handle this.
It's fucking awesome.
It's fucking rules.
Yeah, it's really great. And I get to play with not just the nicest people, but the most talented people.
It's a fucking bunch of killers in that band. Fucking totally a bunch of killers. Yeah.
Fucking ninjas.
Shredders. Yeah.
Up to and including the last person, we had Stephanie Wicker doing the first. She was the first person to be the multi-instrumentalist, the keyboard player, and then Paul Haraga. She moved, and so Paul Haraga came in. I know Paul. He's phenomenal. He's got Down Pilot is his band.
Oh, okay.
And he also does this Beatles thing where they play live all the songs the Beatles never played live.
Oh,
and
that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But he was like, and he was playing mostly keyboards, and he's like, Jeff, I've lived in Seattle for 25 years and never told anybody I can play keyboards because I don't want to play keyboards. And so he was totally fellas, and he filled in for a while.
Okay.
But then it was obvious, like he can, it's not, he's a lead singer. He's a phenomenal guitar player, songwriter. He's not a keyboard side person.
Auxiliary guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, that position, like that keyboard stuff and those backup vocals are not auxiliary in Fleetwood Mac. They're imperative. And so then we got Anastasia Workman, who completed the band. She now it's the band, and it's just like the greatest thing ever. It's like so many.
Your live clips rule. It's all like packed. People are all like fucking really into it and shit. Yeah,
people are digging it. Yeah. Well, we wrote a lot of these songs, before we. It's a. Yeah. I'm never going to be in a band that has hits unless I write them. And then I'll be like 68 by the time that happens. Which I'm not saying that couldn't happen. I'm just saying that it hasn't yet.
Yeah. Go full Brian Wilson. Like just grow everything out. Just like a fucking punk rock Santa Claus.
Yeah, I'm not going to be happy till I'm like 3 feet down. Yeah. But the thing, it's like you don't even realize how those guys were a blues jam band.
Yeah.
And so we stay, we're not a tribute. I don't dress like Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah.
And nobody's trying to be, them.
Yeah.
We're just like trying to play. We say that like, if you want to see the FM radio versions of the songs, go see someone else.
Yeah.
If you want to see what they were probably like live, all coked out in 1982, just fucking raging with their hair on fire, come see us.
Come sit next to me. It'd be rad if you guys one night just do a bunch of blow and then get up there.
I just can't do it, man. I've never been a blow guy.
I go to bed.
Well,
I've been a blow guy though. I shouldn't really it sobers you up.
Yeah. Well, that's where a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
But I would do I'd do like hallucinogens and get high and play.
Fuck yeah. Just making sure it's all good. It's all
Make
good.
sure it's all fucking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Show us some love. Smash that like button. The power of the Christ compels you. The power of the Christ compels you.
We missed a lot of Christ talk. Actually, to be honest, it was probably a good time to take a year off.
Right?
But it's like,
Jesus Christ.
I didn't want to talk about anything. Like,
what about the fucking pyramids, dude?
Oh, that's insane. That's insane.
And like, so have you looked into it?
I mean,
just went through.
Yeah, I just haven't. I haven't seen it confirmed. They just show the LiDAR or whatever whatever radar they're shooting into the ground.
Right. And so I don't like. Exactly. And I have seen things that say that only the first level, those five little houses they found in the pyramid, that's the only real thing. And that those columns aren't really in the LiDAR, and the bases at the bottom definitely aren't in it. But I don't know, that could be just a Russian bot like doing misinformation. Right. Who knows?
No one knows shit now.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean...
But there was never any bodies in those fucking places.
No way.
You look at that fucking, the diagram of it, that's That and the materials they use, that is fucking, and it used to be covered with white shiny shit.
White.
Power plant. It's a fucking power plant.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, I'm a fucking homeschooler from the woods, right? But like, doesn't it seem like it? And how about the fact that they're like everywhere too?
Well, and
there's other.
Angkor Wat is supposed to, like, the one in Cambodia is supposed to, like, have the same shit going down or whatever.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be shitty if the, because that would make like almost every religion now an echo of like. Have you ever seen that movie Multiplicity? It was with Batman. What's his name?
Christian Bale.
The first Batman. What was his? Michael Keaton. Motherfucking Michael Keaton. And the whole deal was, I think it was like his life's too much, so he clones himself so he can get more done. But then like he clones himself like 10 times, and the clones aren't. They need time off, so they clone themselves. But apparently when you make a clone of a clone, it's like fucking retarded. Yeah, so he's like puts pizza in his pocket and all this stuff like that. Like,
what's it called?
Multiplicity. But like, that's what if religion's that? What if we're like the copy of this, and like now no one's jerking off or having a good time for all these years because we fucking got it wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gone that deep this fast.
Why not?
Right in.
What the fuck?
Bite the pillow. We're going in dry.
Just take it, Leif. Eat the pillow, shut your mouth, and say yes, thank you. Jesus Christ. The power of the Christ compels us.
The power of Christ compels you.
Such brutal. It's so ugly right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus is huge right now, though.
Since we last got together, apparently circus is bad. The circus is back in town.
What are you talking about, me or
no?
Oh, what circus? Oh, the Christianity circus.
Just the whole
exterior. The orange guy.
Somehow we tripped and fall, landed back in the circus.
And I was holding out hope. Like I was like, you know what? Maybe the Twitter files were right. He'll drain the swamp. And then all of a sudden they're selling Teslas in front of the White House. It's like really disheartening.
They're selling Teslas in front of the White
Yeah,
House?
there was like Elon and him where
we're like,
he bought a Tesla from Elon Musk, like right in front of the White House, and they're like taking fucking photos.
Seriously?
Yeah. So again,
I'd like to know when the last time that guy drove a car was.
Elon or
no,
the other,
whatever.
Yeah,
he who shall not be named. I don't know. It's just so weird. It's so weird.
Well, now. Christ has made a huge, that's a huge comeback.
Well, which is hilarious because it's like he was all but debunked.
Yeah.
This time last year.
Yeah. Well, and there's this weird thing with like the new crop of Christians is they seem to be big on, which I think all this shit's great, like health and fitness. They're like huge on looking jacked for Jesus. Like money. They're huge on building income and businesses and being entrepreneurial. Freedom. That's all these things are really cool. But the funny part is like, I never
jacked for Jesus.
Yeah, I never saw any verses in Matthew about like diversifying your portfolio. Like fucking.
No, it was the opposite.
Yeah, it's kind of just give everything away and love. Yeah. So it's like this new Jesus. Oh, I'm laughing. You're making me laugh too hard. Let me fucking fix my input. I'm loud. Too loud. I was peaking. Sorry, I get excited when you're around.
Me too.
But yeah, so like, it's strange to watch because you don't have to do anything. The Bible says. You just have to post a video of you wearing a cross or, getting jacked for Jesus. Or like,
you just got to say you're a Christian.
Yeah, you just got to say it.
It's more about influencing others to be.
Which is, maybe that's our angle because I love Jesus. I think he's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how's that worked out for you, Leif?
Not very well.
Don't cry. Come here.
Ow.
I don't have
right in the truth.
I just what started this off was that so tell me this. If all this shit, if those pyramids do have, columns going down 2 fucking miles, or some whatever it was, 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 100 fucking 2 days hike.
Yeah, I had to Google it.
And those, we're gonna have a problem with JC. JC's gonna get a whole new looking at.
But we thought that with the aliens, and then the aliens never came out.
They're coming.
They're coming, you think, still?
Why do they need to come out?
Oh, maybe I've just been out in the woods too long.
Why?
Isn't it weird that it hasn't happened yet? It was like imminent. There was like every day. It was like a fucking honey. No, I guess not.
I think that they just like, they're just letting out the line.
Spinning the narrative.
What's that?
Spinning a narrative.
Well, they just want to they're going to start ramping up. Like, so some of the shit is probably us and some of the shit is not us, right?
Yeah.
But all those little fucking drones in formation, like, that's probably us. But
like that New Jersey thing that went down?
Imagine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what's funny is that the circus leader said he was going to if he got into he was going to immediately say what the fuck that was. And then all of a sudden it's off the news cycle. It's still happening.
Yeah, the Epstein list.
Yeah.
Fucking JFK.
JFK, he did a lot of those.
They just like flirt. It's just like fucking teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The aliens, and some of it is us, some of it is.
Yeah. Wow, nice work.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. Usually it's me doing that. If it's I think that that's just them getting tired of having to say, I don't know. Like you can only say, I don't know, for so long. Now it's like, okay, yes, there's shit. You tell me what it is. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like, put it back on the people. And then, so when they finally want to do taking the world over because we're being attacked by whatever. But, I have a lot of faith in the recent reports of Iran and their nuclear, we got a lot of stuff we can just bomb ourselves with. They can just do the same thing they've always done, is we're going to fabricate some conflict.
Yeah.
And so that we're, all whatever. So who knows?
But I wonder if it does shake any fundamentalists' faith. If the pyramids are a power plant or a fucking, what is it? Orion's belt? Mm-hmm. Where's the fucking constellation they keep talking about? Yeah.
Well, that's always been that. It totally, yeah.
I mean, they have it. They dig down deeper.
Do you know that the pyramids are in the dead center of the planet?
No, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah. You can't make the pyramids. Well, first of all, I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to see what happens with.
Yeah. I want to go there.
Bad. Fucking bad. And these guys, do you ever listen to Bright Insight?
Mm-mm. Oh no.
Jimmy,
but I like Dorsey.
Jimmy somebody.
Krapowski.
Not that mother scratcher.
I like his stuff.
He's really good.
Clips, yeah.
And also the Australian guy who's into the engineering of all the stuff, those, especially
they were on Rogan, right? Together? Yeah.
Together.
I listened to that. Yeah.
That guy, something X.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. But they both have been there and get to go fucking digging around and looking at shit. And I'm like, fuck, I want to get rich so I can just buy my way into the fucking tunnels.
I had to do some work at a billionaire's house the other day, and I can't say who because I signed an NDA. Yeah, but there was some really cool, there was ancient Egyptian the pharaoh headdresses, all fucked up, half the face missing and stuff. Because they're real.
Yeah. Trying to erase a guy. From history.
Yeah, I mean, it gives a lot of credit to that. What's his name? The Fingerprints of the God guy. That's right. Graham. Yeah.
Dude, he's got a boner right now.
Just fucking.
He can't put his pants on. He can't drive. He can't fucking go to the bathroom because his fucking hard-on won't let him pee. He's like, dude, I'm going to die if this doesn't go away. It's not going to go away.
He's planking on every toilet.
Bang, bang. It's like, it's not working. He's so stoked.
It's like, all this being correct.
Dude, all this, I goddamn fucking told you so.
Dude, a lot of years in the trenches. A lot. He took a lot of hits on the chin.
Still taking them. They were trying to get his show on Netflix like canceled.
I fall asleep to that show.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, and
it's fucking insane to think about.
Yeah.
But
LiDAR, man.
Did you ever get into any Joseph Campbell? That guy?
Yeah.
Not really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know that. Like, I think after Graham Hancock, I started trying to read that, and I just never got it.
Yeah, because he's the guy that wrote that Hero with 1,000 Faces or the Hero's Journey, Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, that's what George Lucas based his themes on.
Yeah. Well, and the cool part is all his lectures are like pretty much free now. They're on Spotify everywhere. But he studied every religion around the world, and then he would like only
synthesize.
He'd be like, wherever they intersect, I'm going to speak on this. Right. And so it's fascinating that there's like Aboriginal tribes in like remote places of the world, in Australia and different islands,
with no contact,
and they make up shit to fucking worship and believe in. And it's like it's almost like an innate
need
for the human spirit, for part of the soul, which has been hard because I've been trying to find mine for so long now. My fucking soul.
You came up when you grew up in Buckley.
I grew up mostly in Maple Valley, Kent.
Did you see were there city lights out there? Could you see the stars growing up?
Yeah. Pretty decently. We would also go up to the mountains a lot.
Yeah.
And so I've been up on Snoqualmie Pass when the power went out.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Amazing, I bet.
Yeah.
That's I see all these all these pictures of the night stars.
Oh, man.
And what it must have looked like when there was no cities. And dude, sun goes down, there's your TV. There's your entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. Growing up, like I always talk about the weird religious shit of my past, and I guess that was like kind of the beginning of the podcast because I'm processing it. It's a big therapy in front of everybody. But most of my childhood was actually rad because we were basically feral.
Yeah.
So like every night in the summer we slept on a trampoline in the backyard. And it's just like, so every night you'd see so many shooting stars. You just pay attention, and there's a spot in Texas that is like a nature reserve specifically for that, for stargazing.
Really?
So you can see the Milky Way and shit.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's like, I'd rather do that than fucking Disneyland.
No, that's the other, like if the whole, like, I want to get rich enough to go to Egypt and pay your way in. I also want a place that I can go that is where there's no light.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the mountains or if I don't know what it is, but it's just, it's missing from all of our lives.
Dude. I mean, I guess that's the whole idea. The conversation goes everywhere, but I've been out in Gig Harbor out in the woods, building that tiny house. And so like every morning I get to work, the sun, it's early, 4 or 5, and the sun's barely coming up. And there's like 15 different types of birds chirping, singing. Yeah. And every day I get out of my car. Well, I've been hitting my pen on the way there probably. Yeah. But I get out of my car. It's fucking, my back hurts. It's for my cataracts.
Kind of tasty.
But like, I've been living in cities for a while now. But like, I grew up out there like that. And when there's no sound except nature, and you're watching the sun and mist and like gorgeous fucking trees that look like wizards, I go,
and there's some, and that the stuff they exhale.
Oh yeah,
that's the fresh hits.
Oh dude, it's cool. Yeah, I wonder why people. I never mind. Yeah, there's something spiritual healing for real. I know, like it gets like people with like MC Hammer pants and beads really take that over, and all that woo-woo, like hug a tree stuff. Like it gets a bad rap.
Yeah, but there's science behind it too.
Yeah, it's real.
Being walking out in the woods, spending any time at all is just better for you.
Amen.
Yeah. I think it's amazing, the whole grounding.
Yeah.
Like, people are realizing
everyone's
that, like,
into that
a
now.
massive amount of your daily inflammation, chronic inflammation, is caused because we wear rubber shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no one, and you can ground yourself. You like go out and stand in the grass with rubber shoes on and stick a thing up your ass, and you won't get a reading. It doesn't have to be up your ass, Jesus.
What are you, a pussy?
It doesn't have to be up your ass, Jesus.
It kind of did.
Yeah.
It kind of did have to be up his ass. It was prophesied.
In fulfillment of the prophecy.
For real, though.
I'm so... That's the biggest takeaway I got from our talks. Is that because I remember, like, the entire Catholic Mass is filled, every other line is in fulfillment of the scriptures.
Oh, yeah.
It was a fucking sales. It was a sales
Yeah,
pull.
drill it in there. PSYOP.
Okay.
I mean,
it's so weird that, like, to think that was just co-opted from a lot of other shit that was way older. You know, Adam and Eve, Atom, you know. No, man, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, even Israel itself, I believe, I wish Dan McClellan would check me on this, but it comes out of Samaria. Samaria? I think so. But, you know, there's religions that predate this.
There's religions we don't have any idea about.
It seems to be. And like Peterson's whole angle with everything is that, like, but these stories work. And so he's essentially like saying, like, that the action film has been edited over time to be like the maximum effective fucking, you know, so in a sense, maybe the Bible is the most potent of these stories. Unfortunately, we'll never know.
Well, I think I don't know that you can, it's not that the Bible itself was or is the most potent. It's that the people behind the Bible were the most aggressive at co-opting. You know, like that's why you know all of South America is Catholic. That's why that's why these people.
It is built in,
and they were
proselytizing is a.
Well, they were people who were fucking dialed in to their religion. And then that's why you find them the most devout Catholics and Christians, is because they had their religion taken from them, you know, ripped from them, beaten, killed out of them, whitewashed.
Yeah. But I mean, there's other religions that have done that too. And not
as successfully.
That's what I was trying to make sure it was like objective and not just, you know, trying to be a cunt.
Who you figure?
I'm not, well, like people have been killing each other forever.
Sure.
And they've been using the reasons, whatever they want to use. Religion's the most effective one. That's like to paint someone else as an other. It's really, really, really good at that. But, you know, just to go back to that whole thing, some of these stories are good. Like the Good Samaritan, that story fucking rules.
Yeah, it's probably just a story, though.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, like, yeah, that's not...
Yeah, but you go like Lethal Weapon, and then you go like Matrix, and then eventually you get John Wick. You see what I'm saying? So it's like...
So what?
Eventually the story, maybe the fact that this is a later form of this, that maybe there's fucking alien technology under pyramids or aliens are real, whatever, all that shit. Maybe these are still, I mean, because the only reason I'm thinking this, because I sound apologetic, you know, is that it works. It just keeps fucking working. Like we took a year off, thank God, but Jesus has been hot this year. Like we could have, if we were looking to be greedy, and we could have been like TikToking the fuck out of controversy, because it's like everyone's discussing their faith now. It's a big deal. You know, yeah. So it's weird to me.
So we're gonna drop hot. Is that what you're saying? We're
gonna be ourselves.
You ready? Okay, let's do this.
Well, like growing up in the church and being in the church so much, having it be such a big part of my life, being a missionary, being a worship pastor. When people get into the church, for like Taylor Tomlinson, she's I think I fucked that last name up, but she's rad. She's amazing. She has a real amazing bit that I'm going to butcher on it, but it's like when you see your friends get into God later in life, it's kind of like seeing them get with your shitty ex-boyfriend, you know? like you're like, what? He got it together for you, you know, but not for me, you know? So it's like, you know, I guess I'm taking this maybe into a cultist act, but for me, it's weird because I have seen it like
what I don't know, like what are some of the things that people have been? I mean, you said like they're super into their getting jacked and being rich for Christ. Is that the sort of thing you're talking about?
It depends what denomination. And like, so mine, I grew up in, which was a Southern Baptist denomination. They're all competing with righteousness. Yeah. So like you show up to church and you wear a modest outfit. That's something you can brag about, kind of. You know, you tithe. That's a big deal. You know, don't jerk off or think impure thoughts throughout the week. And so all of the little vectors of righteousness, of sacrificing for Christ, they compete in that after the service. They just get together and talk, and every conversation is them trying to bring up in a weird, fucked up way.
It's been like 7 months since I nutted.
Exactly. It's really weird. And the fatherless aren't being helped, and the widows aren't being taken care of, and like the homeless aren't being fed. But you're talking about how it's fucking weird, man. Especially with there used to be this thing called XXX Church, and they had a software that would
you told me about that.
Yeah, it would like download your history and send it to someone every week.
So you keep you
honest.
Yeah, keep you straight.
I can't look at them titties.
Again, it's not interracial. It's just that was something from before. It's none of your business.
Call back. Yeah,
I haven't felt
your pessimism is fucking welcoming. It's a healthy.
I'm not a pessimist.
I'm just saying I feel nice now being in your company.
It's been a while.
I'm like, someone's thinking over there instead of just fucking.
Look, I just it's been such a trying year. You know, Mike Squires has had a good year.
Yeah.
Got divorced and then just like moved the fuck back where he belonged.
Just killed it.
And just had a great fucking year.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like that's, being true to yourself and doing the hard thing. And, it's what we should all do. And hopefully we all get treated as well as Mike got treated last year.
Yeah, dude. And it makes you vibrate in this infectious way where like you're around someone who's like, that seems spiritual, right? That seems like a fucking gravity or some force that we cannot.
It is a force. It like that whole, you create, that's why like my New Year's resolution was to be less negative.
Oh, that's a good call.
Because I've been, it'd been such a challenging year and even longer than that. And it's just like, I just gotten to a place where I have gotten to a place. I'm getting better, but I'm not better. Where it's just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like when the things that bring you the most fulfillment and pleasure and make you feel whole.
Yeah.
When that won't even do it because you've gotten yourself to a place where, for whatever reason, you feel either guilty about that time you take for yourself or whatever that reason is that your passion can't fill your cup. that's a really hard place to be. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your situation is. I'm fucking first world problems for sure. But, I was out with Jen Ayers.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And, I just gotten, like, we're both Italian, so we both bitch. We both like,
but it's
like
fun.
Passion. Well, yeah. Like,
but I'm passionate.
Yeah. But mine was, she doesn't hold on to hers. She's like, that's how she just processes it.
Just fucking
but I'm like, I'm just, and so she's like, and I can, you can triangulate with the people that you love and that love you and that you trust and that you feel safe around. You can sort of say the things that you're thinking and see how it bounces off someone.
Oh yeah.
I
always say the thing I'm thinking. Just a side note.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just taught me something. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. And we were out like around Christmas time, and I was like, I just want to be less negative, And
yeah.
She's like, she said the nicest thing. She's like, you're beloved in this community, and you don't need to be anything other than beloved. You don't need to feel any other way than that. You don't need to feel like shortchanged or, you know what I mean? Like
Jen Ayers pastoring it up. That's fucking
And then, and she'd tell me. She'd be like, "No, you get fucked a lot." You know what I mean? She's like, she speaks it real, and it was that. I was like, it was such a. I'm not going to say a revelation because you kind of know where you sit in the not the pecking order, but like you kind of know. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I don't think maybe I did know until she said that like. Oh no, I'm definitely in this thing. I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm fucking immersed in it.
But for how many years?
And how many people are there that like there's not that many of us that have been like doing it forever and are still doing it and gonna keep doing it. It's like, why don't we all just fucking have a big fucking hug?
Yeah.
And it was really, really helpful. And I'm trying to be better. Like, this Smash thing helps a bunch.
That show?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many songs are you guys going to play?
Oh, probably like 15 or 16
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
It's like 16.
Like 90 minutes. But like, they've always, they always do these. And, it's like, and all of us, I mean, Jen's been a part of it before, but like, it's everybody wants to be a part of it. Everybody can't be a part of it, but we get to be a part of this one, and it feels so nice to have been asked, and nobody's like, it's not like, oh my God, we got to get our A game. It's like, no, we just got to do what we do. We're just
we are the A game.
Well, we all are.
They're fucking real good. You guys are all real good. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just really, that organization Smash is like. They're such nice people, and they're really, I don't know. It's been a really amazing experience. Just even leaving.
I hear a lot of hope from all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fucking a nice place to be, experiencing hope.
Yeah. No, that's funny.
That's
funny.
Cool.
I didn't realize that's what that was. But I think you're right. It's like, hopeful maybe, like what?
Hopeful.
Yeah, hopeful. Yeah, I don't know. It's we're still going. It's I don't know, man. Aren't we all just trying to like get a little piece of what makes us happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a big piece?
Yeah, why not a big piece?
Or live or immerse yourself in what makes you happy or
most people are just trying to find what that is. Unfortunately, we should feel lucky. Like,
yes, yeah.
One time when we were playing a bunch and actually getting paid for it in the bands, it was like when you're playing that many shows a week with the Rock-A-Roki shit and fly it all the time, you should feel happy. And we were all bummed out. And I remember out of nowhere, you're like, hey, remember when we used to like drive for 2 hours and then wait for 3 to play music for free? Because we just really liked it. You know, it's
now we're complaining about getting paid.
yeah. You know, yeah.
Now we're complaining on an airplane.
Yeah. It's like, it's cooked into the human experience.
Yeah. I suppose it is.
Yeah. But if you find that thing, then it's no skin off your fucking balls because you love it. So it doesn't, you know, I wonder, like, you think back to that, like, one conversation with Jen and how much it helps you, you know, and you think about humans in general, and, like, all I see is a lot of hurt. Like, everyone's hurt. Everyone's scared, mad, hurt, pain. And, like, it's like if there was ever a time where we needed church, like as a species, you know, I think it's not, I don't know. I'm not saying that as an absolute because I think church has totally failed, right? And
but I totally hear you, and I think
you know what
like,
I'm saying,
if you could use a different word than church,
you know,
community.
But you know
but your point is clear, and I think it's on point.
Yeah,
like, I think that's where is the group mentality? Where is the tribal? Well, part of the problem is that like
screens
are like creating this our tribe against your tribe, where it's like it doesn't have to be that way. It's like nobody, like if you just turned off screens, people just stopped watching the news, and I don't mean in a way to like ignore or to not be a part of the system. I don't mean that. I just mean that, you know, get your own information, first of all. You know, don't get your information from Fox fucking News, CNN.
Just unplug even, though. You could even just take 4 hours and put your phone somewhere and don't look at any screens for 4 hours. See what happens.
Yeah.
It's rad.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that encourages people not being involved.
Well, that's the problem.
Involved,
like,
but like,
especially now, people have to be involved because it's like Clown Town is back. You know, and
it's funny. I live out where everyone's all into it. You know,
I know.
You know, so it's
well, it's just like, and the thing is, I saw this coming 2 years ago. I knew this was going to happen.
Oh, of course. As soon as they tried to kill him.
Oh, before that, way before that.
I was playing a gig, and like we got off stage. I looked at it, I was like, he won. Yeah. And like, you know, in all honesty, in those moments, I was actually like, you know, Rogan's gone, like they're all, and like full Trumpy, and like I'd listen to a couple of those podcasts and be like, I wish Elon Musk and Donald Trump are the most successful U.S. presidents in the history of our country.
You hope history proves them to be?
I hope now proves them to be. I hope they start fixing things now. You know, but it does not, you know, I mean, even the only thing that kind of swayed me to them a little bit, or like that, was the fact that they don't want to go to war. But now they want to go to fucking war. So it's like, everyone.
No, they don't.
Well, that signal chain was all about fucking bombing Iran.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like Tulsi Gabbard. Like, she's not throwing any pushback on that.
It's not her job to. But whatever. I don't want
to
on those folks, because it's like,
yeah, we already talk about Bible shit.
I don't think it's safe. I don't feel safe doing anything. Like, we're not in Buckley, and I guess this is going out all over the place. And
we have
no one in Seattle listens to us. So
well, and
it's like, I don't feel like
tons of people in Seattle listen to us. What are you talking about?
If you don't hate everything. Everything about everything that's happening, if you don't hate it, you're suspect.
You know up like, here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
like, and I understand how absolutely terrifying it is.
Yeah.
To someone on the left, like,
especially, you know, they're usually like, for whatever beliefs, blah blah blah, decorum, discussion,
right?
Best ideas,
Out
and
the
now there's a guy going like neener neener poo poo.
Yeah,
he's like fucking fighting, and they're like,
he's just throwing shit. He's just picking poops out turds out of his butt and throwing them around the room. That's his MO, and I get it.
It's fucking funny.
But I'm like, I've been saying the 2-party system is a fucking sham from the get-go. And so now, but I'm not allowed to say that anymore because that means that Trump's just not wrong. I'm like, no, the whole fucking thing is broken.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's obviously a... whatever.
Anyway.
I just don't feel safe because it's so challenging. I don't want to not be anyone's friend for any other reason that they've done me wrong.
Oh, totally. Well, I think it's sad too because almost all of us are on the same page. Like discussion about nuance as you will. Don't most people want to help other humans, specifically marginalized groups that have had a hard time? Don't most people want to? Don't we all like? Who doesn't want to help someone who's had a hard time, especially if it's because of their identity? That sucks. Yeah. So like we all feel the same way, but so it is dumb. And again, it goes back to that like community and church. Like I don't know where it's gone wrong. I mean, Nietzsche seems to think it was like, I think the Enlightenment and like intelligence was what caused us to kill God, but like.
The problem with church, especially now, is that they're not about inclusion.
They're kind of never have been.
Well, it's on paper. On paper, in
Jesus was, but the churches
Bible,
aren't. Yeah, and Jesus is all about it.
In the Bible, it says.
Jesus gets a little territorial too. He like
how?
Well, like it's actually one of my favorite fucking little things. So it's weird. I'm blanking on it right now. This must be good weed. But essentially, it's like Jesus is saying, "I have come to reach the lost sheep of the house of Israel." And there's like a Gentile woman, so a Christian, a non-Jewish person, and she says something to the effect, but Lord, even the dogs get the scraps off the table. And then he's like, well, you'll get it next. And basically, it's really much more poetic what he says, and I think it's kind of cool, but it's also kind of fucked up because he's basically like, that's one of them.
I don't understand. I didn't.
So like Jesus was saying he was coming to save Israel first,
right?
And then likened this Gentile woman to a dog who gets a little bit of scrap of dinner of salvation. So,
she said even dogs get scraps?
Yeah.
And he's like,
you'll get a little bit then.
Okay.
We could even look it up.
But only because she's not Jewish?
Yeah. Well, Jesus is really, he's a really good Jew. Like he was a very devout Jewish person.
Apparently he's the king of the Jews.
The Jews must be pissed about that. I would be.
Well, that whole I've seen something a couple times now where it's a thing about the Romans killed Jesus, and the guy's like the Romans, and I'm like, oh, I know what that means because Leif told me it was the Jews who wanted him dead.
But I get why that's happening too. Like, I'm still peeking. You make me laugh too much. Like all the Kanye West shit? I did, yeah.
No, back your fucking face off.
Oh, yeah, I get it. There we go. All that Kanye West shit, all this anti-Semitic shit. Like, what the fuck's going on with?
I don't know.
Do you know who Tim Dillon is?
I don't know. Maybe.
He's like a bigger, fatter comedian.
Okay.
He doesn't look it, but he's gay, so he gets away with some jokes that. Sweet. Yeah. And he's like grew up in a like Rush Limbaugh house, so I did too. So he makes me laugh a lot. But during that Elon Musk salute thing that he did, he was like doing a breakdown of the video. He's watching it. He's like watches it, and then he goes, "This is simple. That means." Hail Hitler. It's so fucking funny.
It's so brutal. I was watching that in real time. And it was just like, And then he did it again. Like it was, and I want to, I'll get a bunch of shit for this, but it's like, okay, this guy is so deeply immersed in the spectrum.
Yeah, I hold out hope for him.
Like that is the most emotion I'll bet you that guy's ever shown in his whole life.
And he was saying, "My heart goes out to you." And,
way out. Aggressively out. Aggressively. My heart, dear Littler, aggressively goes out to you.
But then he paid that guy to fake his video game record.
I don't know what that means.
So like he was the number one Diablo, I think, player in the world.
He's not the only one that does that.
But that's skeptical hippo face from me.
That makes you
about everything about you. No, not a Nazi. Just I'm going to be like.
That means that wasn't my heart goes out to you.
No. Forgive me. I was going way too down the trail already with you, feeling all comfortable like with thinking, because like. I want a billionaire to get us to fucking Mars and like make cool cars. Like before everyone was painting swastikas on these things, they were saying they're gonna. What has happened?
Who saw that a year ago that like all like you've seen my car.
Yeah.
It is a giant gas guzzling American Motors vehicle, and when we bought it in 2022, people were like I did like. Oh,
you got the fucking.
We got the evil eye,
stinky face judgment.
All the people in their test is like, and now all those people are like, I wish I would have bought a.
Dude,
I wish I would have bought Ford. And now they're like, but it's like this guy was like the darling of the left.
Yeah. And I don't pay.
Tech guy. Tech guy is left. And now it's just like the devil.
Well, it's also like, what the fuck is he? No one knows what's going on. You don't know what's
My brother-in-law was like, always hated him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you're going to put great. Perfect. He's like, no, that guy was just I just think he's such a, he's on the spectrum.
He's fucking retarded for sure. I mean, the Rain Man style. Like yeah.
Have you seen oh god, the AI, you know how like Trump's doing all the executive orders?
Yeah.
Have you seen the AI one? This is an AI. This is a presidential directive that says that if your friends are being faggoty or gay, you can call them gay or faggots again.
I have a lot of gay friends that agree with that, by the way. It's a funny word. We only use it for humor. We would never use the F word.
That guy is like he's just, and you saw his fucking, see him at the inauguration. He's just fucking.
I didn't watch shit of it.
He's all like,
it freaks
all fucking high. Fucking high. Drinking his little ketamine juice.
The Kill Tony thing made fun of him really good. Their Netflix special, yeah. One of the comedians was him and like had his laugh down. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was what an absurd time.
It's just fucking weird.
And we know we'd never get political on here because we already talk shit about.
I don't even think
religion
this isn't even political. It's cultural.
Yeah, this is now we're in the fucking matrix. Like this is
so. We can't even. That's the thing is, our culture is so divisive around these two tribes that we have self-inflicted. That I think we've been force-fed. Look,
fact check Mel.
No, it's just like I don't. I hate being. I hate the idea of being misunderstood
and walking on eggshells.
Well, I hate that shit.
Yeah,
and like.
You got to be able to think. Sometimes you're wrong. Sloppy. I've been wrong on this thing. Sometimes you're wrong.
I'm always wrong.
Yeah, you gotta be able to, but you can't just bottle that in like a fart.
Yeah,
it's gonna fucking come out your mouth.
Come out somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just Are we reading the Bible today?
I mean, I have stuff pulled up on the crucifixion.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The power of Christ. I don't know how many people like us. Do people like us?
I mean, we haven't done it in a year, and people are listening all around the world still.
Do they like
a lot?
Do they like our videos?
I don't. Here's the weird thing: we don't do anything. We don't do anything.
What do you mean?
I don't put anything up. We zero social media. I barely use it. I posted something today.
Yeah,
just now. That's also I'm that. That's what I was. See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, and we don't even have merch yet. Come on, that's the stupidest thing ever. I should.
Merch.
We're getting it going. We're getting it going because it was weird to sign into the fucking thing and be like, oh shit, there's like 90 new listeners in China. Like it's all around.
Tariffs will make it so that we can't sell T-shirts.
Well,
it's a joke.
When I got into podcasts, it was Radiolab was the first one I ever heard way back in the day. And it's like for musicians or workers, people who commute, people who it's like this is the best format ever.
Yeah,
and Christianity is almost exclusively viewed through dogmatism, through the rules, regulations, and interpretations of whatever denomination you happen to grow up in, which is largely based by your geographical location growing up, which is like has nothing to do with like, well, this church got a fucking 8 on the scholarly report of accuracy. That's like
Yelp has great things to say.
Yeah, so it's not like so in a way, I guess what I was getting at is it's like it's refreshing for me to come here and talk to you about this shit because we can't offend each other, one. And we both know that even if we're thinking through things where each other's heart is, and therefore we can like talk openly about this weird fucking book that has literally changed everyone's life, and for some reason no one's read it.
Yeah, that's so fucking funny.
That's the funniest part.
That was my favorite shit when I was at my birth mom's, her husband's memorial wake.
Oh yeah.
And the woman who got up and sang at the church, who were like, immersed in the church.
Yeah.
Church, like Catholic as the day is fucking long, right? She didn't know who I was. She didn't know that like my mom had a kid out of wedlock and put it up for and had it basically stolen by the Catholics and eschewed over to fucking whatever 2 states away. Told her the story and she's like, oh my god, that's amazing. And I'm like, well, what do you do? I'm like, well, right now I'm doing a few podcasts and let's get high and read the Bible. Have you ever read the Bible? And she's like, I'm embarrassed to say I never have.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking call yourself a goddamn Catholic? I should fucking run you through, lady.
And why?
I didn't say that.
But why? Okay, and I know I'm weird. I got no problem with that. But I get I don't fit normal data.
I don't think that it's.
But why would, if you believe in it, why wouldn't you want to know about it?
Dude, it's like when I got into Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Perfect.
I went back and I was looking for this one song that I wanted to hear, and I listened to every fucking record till I found it. Turned out it was "Fool in the Rain." It was the last fucking record, so I got through them all. But it's like my desire to know their work and to resonating with them as humans led me to go through everything they'd done. It's the same with Stephen King, it's
totally.
like I got Stephen King. I read a ton of Stephen King
right.
books, it's like, I just don't understand how people can be like, oh no, I'm all in on this JC thing.
Right.
And just not have any.
Yeah. They have an OnlyFans.
I think.
Super
it's free. They get a free OnlyFans.
By the way, God bless you. No slut shaming. That's God bless everyone. But it's a little duplicitous at best. I don't know, like what? Because I get it if you go to a church, because when you go to almost any church, what they do is they read a verse. And they just pontificate. They just like expand on that motherfucker. Like, that's why. And so it becomes a little like soul bath, like do better, Yeah. But like before and after those verses says things too. And sometimes that before and after is pretty intense. Like for instance, for women, you can't be saved unless you're barefoot and braided in the kitchen. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty slack existence.
Can't speak in church either.
Well, that's probably best.
Now we are going to get the Trump fans. Now we're fucking, oh God.
You know what? Do we need to hear one more word from a woman? Dude, women should run the world. Women should make all the fucking decisions. I don't want to hear about it, okay? Women are smarter, more intuitive, more empathetic, and just fucking all around better human beings than men.
Is there water in that thing?
No. No water for women.
I'm going to just take it out of the
You want to pause for a second? I got to pee too.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can pause. Let's just keep it all rolling.
Okay.
I'll just cut it out.
So you'll just hear my bowels drop. That's my big issue.
Yeah. Well, fucking, yeah. I can't even talk about the last year yet. Yeah. It's still like, it's not done. Yeah. I mean, things are looking okay, though. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. Ish.
Well, that's what has to happen.
Yeah, I'm really good at building things, apparently.
You what?
Really good at building things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I hate it.
At least you can do it.
Yeah, I worked so hard to just play guitar. Because, like, that was my childhood, was building houses. And so it's like, as a 16-year-old, as a 18-year-old, I'd be like working my butt off in the rain or something and be just dreaming of playing guitar on a stage and being like, I will work so hard now to get that, and then fucking the pandemic. Yeah, and it's like, I don't, it's also like, I think I got spoiled early on with bands because all of my bands were like bands I liked and were cool. Yeah, like, yeah, like every song, you just can't wait to get to that next chord, and shit. And like, that's not a musician. A musician is more like a waiter. You end up playing for everyone, and you're like, yeah, it's like, so.
You're serving.
Yeah.
You're a server.
Yeah. And it's like, I fucking, it's been just a crazy year. I can't, I've been in fight or flight for a year. Luckily, I didn't drink through it. I got a strength and conditioning coach in the last couple of weeks, and my buddy did. Laura got him for me.
Did she? Oh, she did? Oh,
it's hers, yeah. I'm trying to get everyone on him. It's fucking rad. And it makes sense because he was like, I guess since it's my psychology, it's kind of about the Bible, I get in there and he's like, well, what do you do? And I start explaining my workout routine, so I'm like, well, I walk about 9 miles a night and in the morning, and I lift like 4 hours in the morning, and then I typically sleep about 2 hours, and I don't eat any food ever. Like, and he's like making, faces, and he's like, so whatever that is, this won't help. Like he pointed to the weights. Mm-hmm. It's really funny. But
That's mental.
Yeah. Well, dude, yeah. Sometimes I'll be lifting weights like, why did you quit Third Eye Blind? It's just like fucking, it's like a lot of disconnected realities that I've had to like try to find healthy ways through. And unfortunately, working out became not healthy. Like, I got up to 250. It was like, it's too big for me. I've been like 150 my whole life. So fucking extra 100 pounds. Like, my heart is like, yeah, it's just like, please
help me a little
too
bit.
much. Stop eating steaks.
Have some water.
Yeah. Well, that's the cool part is now it's in a healthy spot. Like, and now when I work out, I feel better. Instead of like,
right?
yeah. And I can fucking, now I'm like benching reps with over 200. Just like fucking, it's heavy. Makes me feel like Henry Rollins. I'm like,
I don't like Henry Rollins.
I do. He has one of my favorite quotes.
Just want people to relax a little bit more.
Yeah, see, yeah, true. You're right.
I don't not like Henry Rollins. Rollins. I know nothing about him other than he's
his spoken word is awesome. He has this quote: "A little love ruins a lot of hate."
Are we sure that's Henry Rollins?
I mean, I heard it from him, so I'm going to cite him. I got used finally.
Are you sure? That sounds like Gandhi or Martin Luther King or Henry Rollins. You know,
Henry Rollins. God, I'm an animal. Fucking, let's get cronked and read the Bible.
Four Loko bitches.
Oh, do you remember that? Did you ever Four Loko?
I never did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was. By the time I heard about it, people were dying, and I was like, "Oh, I could go get a couple of those."
Yeah, Jonah had a fridge full of it.
Yeah,
like vintage, like the whole thing. He bought all of them when that shit came out, and so band practice for like a year was like fucking. So we were so
like
drunk.
4 beers and a ton of caffeine in each.
Yeah, it was like if you drink 2 of them, you're gonna be blacked out.
So it's like, yeah, I don't understand that. I'm not sure. I couldn't understand how that fit in a can.
Yeah, it was. You would.
Was it liquor?
I can't remember. All I remember is
what you don't remember.
Right.
All you remember is how much you don't remember.
Them the drinking days, that's like fucking 14 cocktails a night days. Like, yeah, so it's like, we're getting wasted for that. You shouldn't do that. That was really dumb.
What?
Being that wasted. Just dial it back. Well, our band was particularly drunk.
Particular.
Touche. It was really fun. I will say that. Great. It was fucking great.
Drank all the way to cancer. Yeah, stuff all the shit in your fucking life into your mouth hole. See what comes out the other side. Well, mostly poop, but there's a big tumor in there too. Where'd that come from?
Yeah, I'm glad I gave. I've had some drinks lately, but like not like I don't drink like
that. Drinking is done.
Yeah, that drinking is done. Dunsky. Yeah,
and that's the thing is like there's just people that and like. Do I need to be a sober person? Probably not.
Nah.
Not in the way that, like, I don't. But whatever. That's not where. It's not. Let's get high and talk about whether we need to be sober.
In today's world, if you could get through this sober, you're a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. Here's to that.
You're fucking crazy. Do you want to learn about Jesus being crucified? Because this is coming out on Easter.
Would I?
Yeah.
How
about the fact that Easter's on 4/20?
Which one are we?
Let's do John 19 because it's the like.
Which Bible?
Whatever one you want. They've all got so many problems with the translations. It's really tricky. I like that one. It's horrible, but they're all horrible. So.
Okay, and then we're going. Where is it?
John 19. Make sure I'm still recording.
Do I get to read this shit?
Yeah, you do, bro. I'm gonna fucking.
This is the shit I wrote. Ben Powell scourged him. Are we on? Are we going?
Yeah.
This is the crucifixion. This is John 19, chapter 1, motherfucker. The power of Christ compels you. No, honestly, I'm just saying that if you don't show us some love, then you're going to go to hell.
God's going to give a baby cancer.
And herpes. Do you know how painful herpes is to a grown person with cancer? Just think of a baby having cancerous herpes because you didn't hit the like button. Whatever, man. Whatever. That's fine.
These are prescription glasses, by the way. I can't see without them.
He's lying. He said that earlier. He's like,
fucking so blind.
I say that because I look like a little tool, but these are so badass. Like I'm going to go ahead and concur. They're fucking badass. I think that what Leif is doing here, that's one of the last steps before he starts the cult and becomes Jim Jones. Because those are fucking awesome glasses. Those are cult leader glasses.
I was getting a tattoo. I think I'm going to still get it. last week though.
Yeah.
Of an AK-47, and then underneath it says Thug Leif.
Thug Life?
Thug Leif.
Thug Life.
Instead of Thug Life.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Sorry to interrupt the word of God, people. Yeah. Sorry.
The alleged word of God. Okay. The crucifixion. So blasphemous. Then Pilate therefore took Jesus and scourged him. And the soldiers plaited a crown of thorns and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe and said, "Hail, King of the Jews." And they smote him with their hands.
Slapped, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Pilate therefore went forth again and saith unto them, "Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him." Because Pilate was such a good dude.
He was so good.
He was kind of like a man of the people.
Yeah, he brought this really great casserole every Sunday to the potluck.
Of course, it was made with knuckles.
Fucking the bones of Jewish people. Fucking. He's got time for this rebel rouser.
In case you didn't know this, Leif has told me this on many occasions, that Pilate killed so many Jews that the Jews complained to Rome, and Rome said, "You gotta chill out. I'm killing the Jews, dude. Just a little bit. Can you just dial it back to maybe 7 instead of 14?" Yeah, that's how many. He was like, it was like sport for him.
It's a great book. It's called Zealot.
Yeah,
not necessarily pro Jesus, but lots of great fucking different stories of Jesus in there. Fucking Reza Aslan.
No fault in him. Then came Jesus forth wearing the crown of thorns. Glowy down beautiful.
We always get there, and I'm here for that.
Like a crown of thorns.
Fucking good.
It's all who you know.
It's fucking good. Terry recorded that shit. Terry Date.
Did he?
Yeah, on his honeymoon, he told us.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought that was Parsha.
No, I think he did the Pearl Jam stuff after that.
And the Temple of the Dog.
Yeah, yeah. But the
Terry
mother,
did Mother Love Bone?
he did the only Mother Love Bone record. He got married, and the next day it was Mother Love Bone in his apartment with his wife and him making a record. This is from Terry Date.
Who produced Mother Love Bone Apple?
Here's an answer from Last FM.
Read it to me.
This page is not set up for me to read.
Well, fuck you. It says Terry Date.
Sometimes I get scared, because I'm out there on the limb with the Bible so much,
Yeah. That's interesting that it was him, because that was before any. Well,
yeah.
Wait, was Dirt out?
I wonder. I don't know if Dirt was out then.
Because not Dirt. Facelift.
Facelift was the first one. Yeah. What a fucking good band.
Oh man.
What a fucking good band.
Well, and this has nothing to do with Christ or
Easter,
but did you know that when they started recording that record, Sean Kinney had a broken arm?
Really?
Yeah. And Greg Gilmore was going to play drums on it.
I'm glad he didn't.
And they were in London Bridge, and they'd done all this pre-production with Greg Gilmore because fucking Sean's arm was broken. And Dave Jordan came up.
Damn.
And just as a last gasp, we're like, just let me try it. And Sean sat down. And it was like, God, and it was that.
Mm-hmm.
So he fucking, I didn't know that.
That's fucking rad.
Yeah.
They're all cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the ones that are still alive.
Yeah. They were telling stories about Lane, too. It was crazy.
Who's that?
What's his name? He's the head engineer at X Forever. Sam? Yeah. So he's been there for so long. He's like that.
They closed it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That that guy's on like every record.
Yeah.
Like every record ever.
There,
yeah. Like, and so he was. Yeah. I love him so much. He was talking about how Lane was in there in the last 2 weeks of his life, smoking crack out of a bong with Kool-Aid. in it. And like there'd be like label suits behind him being like, that sounds great, man. That's amazing, man. Like never pointing out the fact that this man is like fucking in the throes of hell, you know. Like, just keep doing it, man, you know, like but we were also really drunk that night in Studio X when he was telling us that story, so maybe I should cut that one out. Yeah. Yeah.
Lane wasn't around. Lane wasn't in his studio anywhere near the end of his life.
Oh, that's
sure
that's
he
just what Sam was saying. Yeah.
I'm sure he was smoking crack in that studio while they were recording.
Yeah.
It wasn't when he was.
Yeah, must have been like when he
was recording.
Yeah, he was
fucked up.
Like
absolutely
looked like a skeleton, and you know, and it's like Sam was talking. He was like, you know, he's loved that guy, loved that his voice, and
we saw him a couple of times when New American Shame was like leaving town, like in the van driving through downtown, and we like. I swear I thought it was the same intersection, but like that McDonald's downtown. It's like right by
by the
not Pacific Place, the mall and the Nordstrom's. It's
the
one that's right downtown.
Yeah.
We'd be at that, and like we saw like
on Third,
this guy like all fucking hunched over with a cane and black gloves, and it was like, and I was driving. I'm like, Johnny, is that fucking Lane? And it's like, and he was just like.
So sad.
And then Lane came forth wearing the crown of thorns.
That's where we can edit back into from there. One day we'll have a Patreon and those stories will go up. But like,
totally,
we'll respect our friends.
And Pilate saith unto them, Behold the man. When the chief priests therefore and officers saw him, they cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him.
Oh, see, it puts it squarely on the Jews right there in the Bible. Yeah.
Pilate saith unto them, Take ye him and crucify him, for I find no fault in him. The Jews answered him, We have a law, and by our law he ought to die, because he made himself the Son of God.
Blasphemy.
Is that what that does? That blaspheme.
You know, to be honest, I try to figure out what the fuck blaspheme, how to define that forever, and by the Bible, try to define it. It's confusing.
It's a little wiggly, right?
It's a little, yeah.
A little greasy.
So, I know the only sin not forgiven by God is blaspheming the Holy Spirit, and I don't know what that means.
Maybe that means you know, like the whole thing about all this quantum entanglement now, and thoughts rule the,
yeah.
So maybe
create reality.
The Holy Spirit, and when you fucking talk shit about yourself, that's the only unforgivable sin.
I have thought about that a lot.
Yeah,
exactly that.
Yeah.
But also that would suck for me because there's also all these verses in the Bible about how you're a piece of shit, basically. How your righteousness is nothing. The Old Testament says it's literally like a menstrual cloth. Any righteous deed you do is so low to God, it's a fucking tampon. And so
that seems dramatic. that seems like more than necessary.
It definitely is hard to like, whip yourself a lot growing up.
Thought of that. Like a woman would never say that. Because you know what? It's like it's not the worst thing in the world.
You know what we should do sometime soon? We should do one on Asherah, who was.
I only like their early stuff.
Asherah was Yahweh's wife. Yahweh had a wife and was taken out of the Bible, taken out of the Old Testament.
Right. We should do it on her.
Yeah.
Yahweh, I know you are near me.
Is that a song?
Standing always by my side.
You have a very comforting voice.
For my next number, I'd like to go back to A. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was the more afraid, and went again into the judgment hall, and saith unto Jesus, Whence art thou? But Jesus gave him no answer. Then saith Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? Jesus answered, Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin.
Ooh. See, that's Jesus admonishing fucking Pilate. That's Jesus putting the blame on the Jews there.
He's saying that
it's getting really Kanye in here. It's getting I'm getting uncomfortable. No, I'm trying to make a joke. Well, he says, read that last sentence real quick.
The coldest that thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above.
So that's he saying that
God gave you the power.
Yeah, God's making this happen, and then
therefore he that delivered me unto thee has the greater sin. So
the Jews delivered him unto. Yeah, it's like
the Romans.
I can't remember because it was so long ago, and I'm always baked. But like, I think it was 10 or 12,000 Jews that Pilate crucified. And like, so the idea that he would like have a meeting with one of them because he was scared is kind of suspect. Skeptical hippo face, at least.
And from thenceforth Pilate sought to release him, but the Jews cried out, saying, If thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar.
Now, remember, too, John is the latest of all the Gospels, right? And that's why it's the most fun, because it's like got production value. Because this, this is hundreds of years after Jesus. Well, not hundreds, but like 100+ years after Jesus died now. Right. So the stories have gained some momentum through the telephone game.
And then the parrot said,
"It's fucking kind of rad, though. It is a great gospel."
So when Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Jesus forth and sat down in the judgment seat in a place that is called the Pavement, but in Hebrew, Gabbatha. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour. And he said unto the Jews, and I wonder if, like at this point, Pilate's like, if I'm not careful, this could unfold as a really important day in history. Maybe I should start tempering. Maybe I should start hedging my persona today. Just today. Maybe I'll, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe he was like thinking ahead. He's like, well, let's hold on. Let's just not cut his head off. Maybe, okay, let's just, worst case scenario, he's the guy. Maybe, worst case scenario. So what, I butchered these guys I butcher chunks of shit like this for breakfast.
But why would he choose now?
Well, because, if it is the God, if he is.
But he did so many.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And Pilate wrote, and they took Jesus and led him away. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull.
Golgotha.
Which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him on either side, with Jesus in the midst. And Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross. The writing was, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews, INRI. INRI.
Yeah, that's a Catholic thing. I wonder what that. Let's look that up.
It's Latin for King of the Jews.
Yeah,
apparently. I don't speak Latin.
Pontius. I was looking this up because it was also in that fucking book. Essentially, and it says it's kind of debated here, but Politus is often interpreted as meaning skilled with the javelin. So that's how like Pontius Pilate came to fame, was he was like fucking a badass on the battlefield. So he was like skilled with killing everyone in the military. He's fucking
really
skilled with a javelin. Yeah,
Cool.
Fucking war hero.
Nice. So he was sort of like a gladiator?
No, he was like more like 300.
Yeah. No,
yeah, he's like, still one of the best movies of all time.
300?
No, Gladiator.
Oh, okay. And did you see the new one?
No, is it good?
I did not.
Oh, yeah.
All right, King of the Jews. This title that read many of the Jews, for the place where Jesus was crucified was nigh to the city, and it was written in Hebrew and Greek and Latin. Then said the chief priests to the Jews to Pilate, write not the King of the Jews, but that he said, I am the King of the Jews.
They got mad. They got woke right there. They got fucking like.
Yeah, Pilate answered, what I have written, I have written. Then the soldiers, when they had cuffed Jesus, took his garments and made 4 parts, to every soldier a part, and also his coat. Now the coat without seams woven from the top throughout. What?
It's like old prophecy from the Old Testament.
Then the soldiers, when they had cuffed Jesus, took his garments and made 4 parts, to every soldier a part.
It's a lot, you know. So
each guy gets a chunk of his shit.
Yeah, and
also his coat.
But we don't know if that's
now the coat was without seam, woven from the top.
We don't know if that happened, because it's real easy to write the Da Vinci Code 2, and there's the Da Vinci Code 1. And so whoever's writing this book hundreds of years later is like read the Old Testament, and in there is most likely, he's like, no, this yeah.
They said, therefore, among themselves, let us not rend it, but cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the scripture might be fulfilled, which saith, they parted my raiment among them, and for my vesture they did cast lots.
See?
Hey, you know what we should do?
We should add that part.
Story? Yeah. Remember at the end of Winnie the Pooh where he and Roo go off and Roo's kind of nervous because they've been walking for days and Winnie doesn't have any pants on? Oh, maybe we should take our pants off.
Right? Yeah. Well, it gives Jesus a lot of validity if he's fulfilling the Old Testament, right? So it's like, it's actually a pretty...
You mean in hindsight.
I mean, it's like kind of a weird. It's kind of like,
in real time.
Remember that Dave Chappelle joke where he's like, "Let me sprinkle some crack on this guy right here." You know, it's like they're changed. It's quite possible that humans change the story to give Jesus more validity.
Yeah, they squished him they squished a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah, I mean, it could have happened.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, a lot of things could happen. Birds could fly to my ass.
There's a lot of evidence that Jesus was real.
Why do you got to go all the way back to? We were just saying whether or not they cast for his life, and you're just like, no, he was real, man.
I'm saving my virginity for my wedding night.
You're like running backward to the foundation, to the fucking boundary of your life. But he was real. Tell me he was real.
That evangelical shit's deep in there, bro. Just pops out.
Leif, he's just sprinting back to the flag.
Fucking jumping head first.
He was real. Hold the line.
Bias much?
Dude, he's 33 years old getting killed. You can't go all the way back to he's real. That's fucking great. Incoming!
Batten down the hatches.
Okay.
Shit.
Things to say. Now, air quotes.
Yeah.
There stood by the cross of Jesus his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Cleophas, and Mary Magdalene.
Lots of Marys.
When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by, whom he loved, he saith unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. I done fucked up again. Then saith he to the disciple, Behold thy mother. And from that hour, that disciple took her unto his home, unto his own home.
Fucking Jesus taking care of his mom. It's kind of cool.
He's like, yeah,
good dude. Yeah, no, he's like, well, you know, women in that society, if you don't have men to provide for you, you're on the street. So it's like he's gonna fucking. He's gonna feed her.
Yeah. After this, Jesus, knowing that all things were now accomplished, that the scripture might be fulfilled, saith, Thirst. You know,
I am thirsty.
You know, can I get a little cup of water? Maybe some juice. Any cranberry? I mean, I'm kind of a yeast. Settles my stomach during an internal organ collapse.
Yeah, the night before he was like sweaty blood, so he's stressed.
He might need some water.
Yeah, hydrogen water. Yeah, just a cup of just get some AG1 in me.
Filtered. I don't like the chloride.
And now, and also he's on the cross.
Thirsty. Just a little. I'm kind of parched. Now there was set a vessel full of vinegar, and they filled a sponge with vinegar and put it upon hyssop and put it to his mouth. When Jesus therefore had received the vinegar, he said, "It is finished," and he bowed his head and gave up the ghost.
It's kind of a cool lot. That's fucking pretty badass, actually. It's weird though, because Jesus is real chatty in this gospel, but like in the earliest gospel, Mark, which the other, there's Matthew, Mark, Luke. They're called the synoptic gospels because they're all so similar. They copied Mark, right? So in that, all he says is, I think it's like, "Father, Father, why have you forsaken me?" I think that's all Jesus says.
And he doesn't even say that in this one.
No,
he doesn't even say it in this one.
Isn't that weird?
No.
And the problem is when you grow up fundamentalist, you read Matthew, then Mark, then Luke, then John, and the stories are all so similar. You kind of like
conjoin
fucking all of them. And so now there's wise men and shepherds in your nativity scene around Christmas, when those are like two separate stories, two separate events. So like,
God, we got a lot of fellas showing up in the yard today.
And this is the biggest fucking day. This is like the Super Bowl for church, Easter. This is the day when everyone goes. This is maybe Christmas.
We're gonna go have Mexican food. We're gonna rehearse Fleetwood Mac songs and go have Mexican food.
I'm gonna sleep in. Yeah, I'm gonna do.
I am now. The power of the Jose Cuervo compels you. We need you to. We don't really care about it, but it'd be kind of fun just to see how many people we could get to like. I mean, I know. Look, I never
talking about
press
drunk Easter
like buttons. Watching, I never do, almost never, because it's like, but the truth is, apparently, it fucking matters. But I don't care about that. I just want to see. Will you guys do it? I mean, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, the 2 months that I posted on TikTok, between all our channels, we were getting like 400,000 views and whatever. Yes.
No, it wasn't.
You don't believe this?
No,
I wish. I'm going to let you have all the passwords so you can feel good.
I believe that.
We would get like
been 6 years you've been saying that.
No. Well, how long did I post on TikTok? And we have 3,700 followers on there, and I don't post on it at all.
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know TikTok.
No, you should have that.
It's illegal now.
Oh, I know. Is it illegal? Wait. Save that. Because I got to edit all this boring shit out. But the social media, I mean, YouTube Shorts works.
Yeah.
And it definitely generates.
I see those all the time.
We get a lot of badges for interaction.
I don't know what that means.
That means that people are pressing like or dislike or commenting.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you don't like this,
like,
I want to know you don't like it. Too.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying like. I'm just saying fucking interact, you fuck. Just sit there with your dick in your hand. I know Leif's handsome, but it makes him feel like an object when you just jerk off while he's talking about God. God, you're fucking weird. You're all fucking weird. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah, Jesus on the cross.
Jesus,
The power of Jesus on the cross compels you to jerk off watching Leif talk about God. I'm sick of it. Whatever, dude. The Jews, therefore, because it was the preparation that the bodies should not remain upon the cross until the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was an high day, besought Pilate that their legs might be broken and that they might be taken away. What?
So crucifixion is this crazy death because you actually die from suffocation.
Because you
can't get a breath, and so you have to push against your hands and nails.
Your organs.
Yeah. So if they can't push up and take a breath, they die way quicker. So they would break their knees so they can't get any thrust up to take a breath. And then they just suffocate.
And so they're saying they wanted to ask if we could break their legs so that they don't die on Sunday.
Yeah, because tomorrow's it's a holy day. It's Passover. It's a big deal.
So they got was it a coincidence that they were crucifying Jesus on Passover?
It's well, and okay, so this is fucking rad.
Does it fulfill the scripture?
Yeah, exactly. Well, remember.
It's like Christmas every fucking morning, man. I swear to God.
Well, so, and this is fun because it's actually like, it's kind of like what we bump into here with this book being so different than the other, but it's like, this might not have happened. Most likely, it didn't happen.
Which part, where they wanted to break his legs? Or
well,
they did on Passover?
So what I'm about to explain.
Okay.
So Jesus, in part of keeping the laws and commandments of Yahweh is you have to sacrifice for your sins. Sins are so important to remember how horrible they are. You have to shed the blood of something perfect, a spotless animal. So during this time the temple would swell to like millions of people because you can only sacrifice to Yahweh at his altar. And it's become this like cultural phenomenal event, right? Like, because Jews live out in what they call the diaspora. So they live in different parts of the world now. They have to come back once a year. They have to exchange their foreign money for the Jewish money. Then they have to buy an animal because you probably couldn't bring it with you there. And then you have to give it to the priest. So there's millions of animals being killed. So you can imagine the smells. Blood everywhere. All the meat the priests, I think they get to keep for the most part. But so this all happens on Passover. Now, Jesus is constantly called the Lamb of God. So the fact that his death, his sacrifice is happening on the Passover is more evidence that God had orchestrated this entire thing for Jesus to be the last sacrifice for humans. So now you no longer have to go to the temple to sacrifice for your sin. That's convenient. It's fucking kind of rad. Probably not real, but it's fucking kind of rad. So it could be, and the reason it's not real is because this book was written after the destruction of the temple. So the practice of sacrifice wasn't happening anymore. Right. Because the temple was burned to the ground. It was like, it was said that the temple mound was like bubbling. Yeah. Like it was so hot. So, it's most likely a fucking adaptation through necessary means because they couldn't do it anymore. Dude, but I
love the backstory I love the this story has like, well, can we just break his legs?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? This
fucking
is
brutal.
Suck if he's still here tomorrow. So can we just break his legs? Get over with.
Brutal.
But like they just say it like it's that's how you. Can we break his legs?
I mean,
it was probably a pretty. It probably wasn't a unique request.
No,
it was being. It was probably being. Like that's the best they could hope for, right? They would die quicker, right? It wouldn't be so prolonged.
It would take a long time to die. I think sometimes 12 hours.
Yeah. Now,
or 8 hours.
Do the other Gospels have the two guys on either side of Jesus upside down?
One of them does. I think maybe the other three. I might be getting that wrong, but yeah. The thief. Today you shall be with me in paradise. The one that believes.
Yeah, and then aren't they talking shit to Jesus? Like,
one of them is.
Hey,
get yourself down.
Hey, get me down too, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because all of those stories just sort of, like you say, kind of can join into the. So there was one guy upside down, one guy was talking shit, and then they wanted to bust Jesus' legs off.
Yeah, and like if you read Luke is pretty fun, but like if you read Matthew and Mark, they're pretty dry actually. Like remember when we read Matthew and you just got mad? Because it's like nothing.
It's like a little blip.
That's it. You're like
40 days and the 40 nights was like, yeah, he was out there.
He didn't eat food.
He came home. He needed water.
It sucks. Yeah. It sucks. Yeah. So like the story's like, if that's the earliest representation, it's obviously going to be the most accurate we got. Because we got nothing. We don't have any of the original copies of these books. But right, the closest to the source is always going to be as close as you can get.
It'll be the most pointed. Yeah, sure.
Right, but and to your point, to your point, you're totally right, because, like, for instance, Paul is a really strict, weird Christian. Yeah. Like, he's in fights with the apostles. He doesn't seem to be totally accepted by all the churches, and this is admitted by him in my letters, like my greatest opponents. He's talking about the people in the church, but his writings about Jesus are the earliest we have. Yeah. They're in the Bible, like, so it's like that could just be this one pretty intense, maybe zealotous, if you will, guy's opinion of it. But yeah, unfortunately, it's the closest. Okay. Right? So, well, do you want to read another? Because the next is the burial.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, well, we could do the crucifix. You want to do the whole story?
No. I got bored. I got to pee, though.
Yeah, because we could read the other ones. Oh, God. Beer up for the Bible, so I'm saying.
Just trying to chase this fucking ecstasy hangover. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I've been wanting to bring it up the whole time.
We've been doing a ton of ecstasy therapy, MDMA therapy.
It's beautiful.
Up to and including last night.
You look good for not sleeping.
Thanks.
You look great. You're glowing.
I got a couple hours.
2 hours.
Strong couple hours.
Very good.
Well, it was so funny because I told Katie you were coming over. I thought maybe I'd hear from you